You know, every school year, I have the opportunity to meet, speak to, and work with an amazing and diverse population of young men in elementary, middle, high school, and yes, even college. And it's hands down one of, if not the best parts of my career. Now, quite a few of these young men have dreams and aspirations of being a professional athlete and playing in the NBA without being fully aware of what it takes to make it to that level and succeed on that level. I mean, think about it. Why wouldn't they want to play in the NBA when all you have to do is put a bouncy ball in a basket, be famous, and dress like a Final Fantasy protagonist, right? Well, today's video is courtesy of Podcast P with Paul George, where NBA player Draymond Green sits down with NBA player and host Paul George and co-host Jackie Long to discuss the harsh realities of having a job. I'm going to say that again, having a job as a professional basketball player in the NBA. If you have a son, grandson, brother, nephew, or anyone who wants to play in the NBA, I want you to pause this video right now, and bring them over to your laptop, your phone, TV, or wherever you're watching this, or share this video with them ASAP, because I guarantee they'll learn a thing or two, especially if you talk to them afterwards. Now let's see what Draymond Green and Paul George have to say about the NBA as a job.
After the Joker won the championship, he had something to say about comparing the NBA to a job. Mm-hmm. And he said, nobody likes their job. If they do, they lying. Mm-hmm. So how much do you guys view the NBA as a job?
I hate it. I love playing basketball and I love to compete. But he's not lying. Mm-hmm. I hate it. And I don't want to sound like someone who takes it for granted, because as you can see, every time I step on the floor, like I'm going, like I don't take it for granted at all. But like to Joker's point, it's work. Mm-hmm. Like, and you have to show up to work every day and perform despite what could be going on at work, what can be going on at home, what can be going on in the world. You have to show up and perform. Yeah. And it's work. Guess what? Just like people see you and acting and they're like, man, I want to be an actor because you're on TV. There's so much bullshit that comes with it.
Beyond.
Like, so much.
Beyond.
The politics of it.
Beyond.
Mm-hmm. It's awful. It's the same thing with us. It's so much bullshit that come with it and the politics. But I wouldn't trade my job for another job in the world. Mm-hmm. You know, like I'm very appreciative of it. And I love that I get to do that job for a living. Mm-hmm. Like, I've loved basketball since I was 2 years old. I actually get to do that for a living and feed my family. Mm-hmm. It's incredible. I don't take it for granted one bit. But the job I hate.
Right. So let's pause right here. Draymond Green and his bottom lip are highlighting something very important here. Playing in the NBA is more than just playing a game of basketball and competing. I mean, he loves those aspects of the job, but there are additional aspects and politics of the job that he absolutely hates. The truth is, it's very hard work. And the expectation is for you to show up to work every single day ready to perform at the highest level, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of how you feel. Because this is your job and you're getting paid to win, perform, and yes, entertain. Is your body banged up and bruised up to the point where you can barely get out of bed? Guess what? You're still expected to show up on time and perform at the highest level. Oh, maybe your bitter ex-girlfriend is stalking you and stressing you out. Guess what? Show up and perform at the highest level. Maybe you just found out your dusty uncle finessed $250,000 from you after you let him handle your finances. Guess what? You better still show up on time and perform at the highest level. Let's continue.
I say the same thing, and you got to think about it. And I tell people this, not many fields you can do without loving. You have to love playing basketball every single day. Like, your job is to produce. Like, when you're on that floor, your job is to be efficient. You can get lost in the that lead up to it, the treatment. You might not love treatment. You might not be a treatment guy.
Right.
But you know that's part of
the process.
The process. Yeah. And so it could get lost into, damn, I don't even want to play basketball today because I got to do this. This is hurting me, so I got to do treatment. I got to lift after practice. Like, now, like, it's a job. I got to go on a 2-week trip. Like, we got to try. Like, it's a lot that goes into it. But I do think, like, what Draymond said, when it comes to being inside of that rectangle, you love it. It's what you do. It's the reason you do it. It's because you love what you do.
You gotta love what you do.
Everything outside of that, it is a job. Mm-hmm. You putting on a hard hat and you clocking in and you got to clock out.
Now, Paul George right here adds another layer to what Draymond Green said, and it's something I tell young men all the time. If you want to play in the NBA, you better love the game and love competing, because you will have to do all the things leading up to playing the actual game. Things that you might hate, like treatment or strength and conditioning, and making sure you do whatever is necessary to keep your body strong, healthy, and functioning at the highest level. You will put your body through HELL, so you better have your behind at the arena and on the trainer's table before and or after practice, games, and workouts, if that's the plan to keep you healthy. Oh, you hate traveling and spending days away from home? Too bad. Your job requires you to travel and be away from home and your loved ones for days at a time with coaches and or teammates that you maybe don't like. You don't like community engagements and partnerships? Well, it's part of your job, so you better still show up. Paul George said it best. You putting on a hard hat and you clocking in and you got to clock out.
You know how you get random guys that's like, oh man, I'm better than him, or I could play in the NBA.
Right.
And I always tell people two things. Number one is you couldn't handle the stress of just knowing that you woke up this morning at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. and you got a game at 7 p.m. Mm-hmm. You couldn't handle the stress of an NBA game day. Mm-hmm. Everything that you do from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. has to be conducive to being your best at 7 o'clock. Mm-hmm. From 8 a.m. on.
Exactly.
Everything you do. Do you know how stressful that is?
Right.
Yeah.
Stressful as hell.
Right.
I tell people that, like, you couldn't deal with the stress. Oh, and by the way, you're talking about I could play in the NBA, whatever, that's easy. You're right. The game is the easy part. Mm-hmm. Like when we actually get out there at 7 o'clock and play the game, yeah, I'm in heaven now. Mm-hmm. Like this is what
finally.
I do love to do this.
Right.
Like competing, playing basketball. Oh, bet your bottom dollar. I absolutely love this.
Right.
That's the easy part.
Right.
But making it there. And I ain't just talking about the game day no more. There's so many things and steps that you have to do to make it to that game, including live right.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Mm-hmm. Like, so to make it there, it's nearly impossible. Like you think about the amount of times people go through a day and they something up. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't make it to the game.
Right.
Look, man, as annoying as Draymond Green can be, he brings up a really good point here, and I agree with him. How many times, let's think about this. How many times have you heard or seen the most average person calling NBA players bums when they really have no clue how skilled and athletic that even the bums are in the NBA? But he takes it a step further, not by referencing the physical demands of the NBA, but by referencing the mental and emotional stress of an NBA game day. And outside of game day, do you young men, once again, love the game so much that you're willing to do everything you need to do before you get to the game?
Another tidbit for you, Jaime. I think what made it easier for me is getting into a routine. Mm-hmm. That's what, because then, like, I'm a person that does well with knowing what I have to do. Everything mapped out.
Yeah.
I don't like a chaotic schedule where this is being thrown on me now and this is being thrown on me now. So what I got good at is just having a routine. I know at this time, I'm doing this. I know at that time, I'm getting stretched. I know at this time, I'm getting shots. Like, and everything, I try to stick to that on a daily basis. And that's what make the whole easy, because you get lost in it.
Oh yeah, we're talking about discipline and structure. Now, discipline is defined as orderly or prescribed conduct or pattern of behavior. It's also defined as self-control and training that corrects, molds, or perfects the mental faculties or moral character. Mike Tyson, who has one of the best character arcs in all of sport, has a famous quote about discipline.
Yeah.
I don't care how good you are in anything. You don't have discipline. You ain't nobody.
Right.
You're nothing without discipline because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
Doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
Look, man, you can be a 6'9", 15-year-old with the body of a grown man who can jump out the gym with a nasty handle and jump shot who really likes the game of basketball. And you will not, I repeat, you will not make it as an NBA player if you don't love the game and if you don't have discipline. And this probably goes for most, if not all, professional sports where you have to perform at the highest level. But this extends beyond sports and entertainment. If you want to thrive and be successful in almost any career and still lead a meaningful life with your sanity intact, you do need to love what you're doing, remember your purpose, and be willing to do the things that you don't like that come along with your career. And the further you move up that ladder of competitive sports from middle school to high school to college to the pros, the more you'll need discipline, structure, commitment, and genuine love for the game. Being a professional means playing basketball at the highest level, even when you don't want to. Yes, that means even when you wake up in the morning and you don't think you can physically play basketball today. Quick Snapple fact. According to a study by Dunk or 3, the odds of making it to the NBA are approximately 1 in 3,333 or 0.03%. Now, this is based on the number of boys playing basketball at a high school level or higher in America, which is roughly 500,000. Now, of those, only about 16,000 will go to play at a college level, and only 110 of those will ever play in at least one NBA game. That's crazy, right? All right, look, man, today's video is a bit longer than usual, but it was worth it. I wanted to make sure that all of my youngins out there, but especially my young men, understand the truth about playing in the NBA that lies beyond what we see on TV and the internet. Generally speaking, it takes a lot of hard work, love, discipline, and commitment to be successful and thrive in anything you do, whether it's your job or career, whether it's school, marriage and relationships, yes, those take work, or parenthood. YouTube family, I hope you liked today's video. Remember to leave a comment and let me know what's on your mind after today's video. Also, don't forget to help a brother out and hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. A brother just hit 1,000 subscribers, so thank you to all of my new subscribers, and for my day ones, you already know what it is. Let's hit 2,500 subscribers before 2024, and let's keep this thing going. In the meantime, remember to take care of yourselves and one another. Peace.